We are here at the Rhododendron Hall in Chumuketima Police Complex, where Deputy Chief Minister T.R. Zeliang, who is also in charge of national highways, is meeting the NHIDCL officials along with other state government officials regarding the fateful July 4th incident and what safety measures need to be taken. Now, we don't know what will be discussed or whether tables will turn against each other, just as NHIDCL had also accused the government of not providing them any alternate route for the highway. We'll just have to wait and see how the meeting goes.
No, meeting was successful
Okay, sir.
because we share our mind
Yes, sir.
and grievances faced by the people. So how to redress the grievances
Yes.
and how to prevent the future problem. So that we have shared with all the implementing agencies, NHIDCL, PRO, and National Highway Nagaland Pitodi. So all the three agencies they have given a PowerPoint presentation. So that was I should say it was a successful.
What is the most basic thing that is going to be taken up right now, since the most basic thing seems to be missing, which is the slopes protection mechanism?
That is why we have raised question that this particular stretch of the road, Dimapur to Kohima, that Pakla Pahar,
Yes,
that all police check gate nearby. We know the terrain of the land, see the geological critical area. So they are benching, well cutting the road. See, bench cutting should be there. One layer, second layer, and the third layer can be road. But cutting the slope of the hill straight from top to bottom and make the road, that is wrong. That's what we have raised. And they have taken note of that. So they'll prepare the estimate and see that future preventive measure is taken.
They did claim it to be a natural calamity, but then if the slope cutting was not done properly, the bench cutting, then it was not a natural calamity.
Yeah, no, natural calamity that we have to face because the landscape is as such and our hill area is as such. We face landslip everywhere and we face problem. But technically, the road construction, road design has to be prepared and which should be approved by the consultant group. And
What about the allegations levied by the NHIDCL regarding to the state government?
no, that we have already discussed. There is no issue because alternative road we are also constructing from New Land to Zadima, but because of land issue, the project is stalled. Otherwise, the state government will have a plan. Alternative road from this Dimapur New Land to Zadima, and New Land to Zadima is only 37 kilometers, much shorter. But because of landowners' problem, the project was stalled.
So, do you also feel that the NHIDCL should compensate the deceased and the victims and those injured those injured?
No, that part we have not discussed. But state government has already announced that
State
compensation.
government has compensated, but
Yeah.
do the state government feel that the NHIDCL should also compensate?
No, any incident take place, and death occur, then it is the responsibility of the state government to compensate. So the state government has already announced, but NHIDCL may not have the provision for such compensation. But still then, if it is within the scope, that they should also take care. But I don't think they have the scope. I have mentioned in the meeting that NHIDCL should also be prepared to answer to the people. See, any kind of question, the befitting reply should be given so that people are aware. But when they don't answer, people take it otherwise. And on the other hand, public also, we should go through proper channel. We cannot become a CBI investigating officer anywhere in any project. But we have to go through proper channel. RTI, you have every right to file RTI. You have every right to write to the authority that what kind of answer you want from the implementing agency or from the particular contractor. But if we go straight out of the way, I think public leaders also, civil society also, we should understand there is a system in governance. governance, there is a system. So through proportional, you should get all the information.
NHIDCL is also taking other projects up in Nagaland. So is this going to be also implemented in other areas, the safety measures, sir?
Yes, that we have discussed.
all of Nagaland,
Yeah,
not just Paklapara.
not only this road, but everywhere, the safety measures should be the priority of the implementing agency. So it is not only this road, but all over Nagaland we have discussed roadways. 12 national highway road projects are now under implementation. So we have discussed in detail.
What was the report of the NHIDCL executive committee that was formed to inspect the incident? The feasibility report.
No, no, report. No, if they have submitted, you ask the ED. Is there? ED is there. GM is there.
So, an opinion piece from one of the papers, leading dailies, has also said that the government officials are also to be answerable, the engineers. So what do you have to say on that?
No. That is why I said we are answerable to the people. Implementing agency like NPWD National Highway, BRO, and NHIDCL. I said we are answerable to the people for any kind of incident or any defect or grievances faced by the people. See, from the project, we are answerable to the people. That is my stand, and they have all agreed to follow up. So I think so far the meeting went successful, and we have decided to see. I directed them in each package of any road. Contractor name should be displayed on the roadside. Who is the contractor of that particular package? That should be displayed. They have agreed. So sometimes we should not blame only the department or NHIDCL. Sometimes there is a way to blame contractor also. So we should know who is the contractor in a particular portion of road. That they have agreed. So let's hope things will be transparent.
Going by the present condition, I feel the DPR provisions were not adequate enough to cover the entire height of cutting. Though we have the protection at the toe level, but that is not sufficient for Pagla-Pahar region. We need more inputs and technical committee visits to safeguard the fragile nature of the Pahar. Right now, what occurrence happened on 4th, it was because the boulders falling from the top. So we have surveyed the drone through drone also. All the area of vegetation along the Pagla Pahar was surveyed by a drone. We have the inputs reports. We have submitted to the ministry. Actually, we work under the ministry. We work as per direction of the ministry only. So let something come from there and only.
So are you satisfied with the precautionary measures taken by your subcontractors?
Subcontractors are one.
Or by the NHIDCL?
Subcontractors are the one which is in the scope of the work. Because for that they are being paid. They will not go beyond that. Who will pay that? If the contract defines the work within the ROW, they will not go beyond that. But for this incident, we need to survey the entire Pagla Pahar right from the top. There are unstable rocks. Must be,
Why is this precaution been taken only now after all these years, knowing that even you yourself said it was fragile?
Have you seen any report saying that the top of the hill should also be surveyed because of some isolated foreign rocks will fall from the top and damage the vehicle in between? These were not anticipated at all by anybody. Let's be very frank. Not NHIDCL, not even the state government, not even the pollution control, whoever the agency are. We are all insisting about the side slope where we have cut. Side slope is reasonably stable even today. And that side slope will not hamper much to the vehicular traffic because it will fall vertically down, energy get crashed at the bottom. So this happened on the other side of the lane. Not on the lane.
But then the DC had apprised you of the slope protection mechanism.
That is there. This is a point of concern are there. We appreciate that. There is no issue about that. We are working on that. We are improving our safety. We were written to the DC to provide additional land. We want to demolish the entire structure in between. Whatever you see in vertical cliff, it is to be demolished. The moment land is handed over to us, we will develop the entire zone in such a way that our two lane is deviated from the hill area and we go from between. The entire in between structure, vertical cliff, what we are talking about, is to be cut completely. Remove from the, it is an obstruction. No, it is not safe. It's not safe. I agree. But subject to the availability of land, we will develop the entire, our field office is working with the DC that we will send a proposal. They have sent the proposal, but I think the in land acquisition front there is not much progress so far. So I will check it out with the local records. But we intend to cut the entire hill to make the 2 lanes shifted towards in between, so that the foothill is at some distance, safe distance.
That was the crucial meet between the Deputy Chief Minister T.R. Zeliang, who is also in charge of national highways. He had a meeting with all government officials from the PWD National Highway, as well as the most important one company, that is the NHIDCL. Now, according to the meeting, according to T.R. Zeliang, the Deputy Chief Minister, he said that each name of the appointed firm and contractor should be placed in the form of signboard within the portion of every package on every national highway in Nagaland. That is what the Deputy Chief Minister has told him to do, as well as the most important, bench cutting, and as well as breast walls should be put. Bench cutting now, as we had already earlier in our report said, that the slopes in this Pagla Pahar especially is almost at a 90-degree angle. But then now with bench cutting, there will be at least layers, so that if rocks fall from top, it will not fall directly on the highway and damage or kill people. So there will be 3 layers, which is the predominant bench, as well as the mid-level bench and low bench. And that is where the 3 layers will be, and that is what they have decided to do. And then they will take up the project as soon as possible after giving a sanction of what is to be done. And then the next thing that the Deputy Chief Minister also said is that each and every firm, be it the government of Nagaland, the BRO, the PWD, or the NHIDCL, all are responsible to give an answer to the people, and a befitting reply should be given to all the public and to everybody in Nagaland as to what went wrong on National Highway 29 on that fateful evening of July 4th. The executive director of NHIDCL, speaking to media persons, also said yes, they will be confirmed and echoed T.R. Zeliang, the Deputy Chief Minister's statements, that they will be doing bench cutting as well as putting up breast walls, and also make sure that whatever projects they're doing in Nagaland will be taken up seriously with safety measures. Now, earlier, the other executive director, Ritin Kumar Singh, had also told media persons that this was a natural calamity. And now again, the other executive director of NHIDCL is somewhat also trying to beat around the bush by actually not saying that it is a natural calamity, but of course negligence, if we can see from the statements of the executive director. Right now, they're going to the site to visit the National Highway 29, Pagla Pahar, and stay tuned for more with Nagaland News Network. Right now, we have the Deputy Chief Minister, T.R. Zeliang, who is also in charge of national highways. He is talking to our Deputy Commissioner of Chumukadima, as well as the Executive Director of NHIDCL. Now, we are here at the site of the incident, the fateful incident, the devastating incident which happened on July 4th evening, where 2 persons died and 3 cars were severely damaged. We are here at the site of the incident right now, where Deputy Chief Minister, just after having a very crucial meet at the Rhododendron Hall in Chumukadima Police Complex, he had a meet with BRO officials as well as PWD National Highway officials and the NHIDCL. And right now, as we can see, he is having inspection right now of that site where that big boulder came. And then if I can just tell our camera person to show the boulder that fell from top of the cliff that killed 2 persons and injured 3 persons and damaging 3 cars severely. The inspection is done by Deputy Chief Minister T.R. Zeliang, who is also in charge of National Highways. He is here with his officials of National Highway as well, and the NHIDCL Executive Director. Right now we can see he's leaving the spot of the July 4th incident, and now they have done the survey, and then the Executive Director has also mentioned that they do not know what is on top of the hills. If I can just tell the camera person to show the hill on top, it is very steep, and they do not know what is on top of the hills, what type of rocks are there, big or small. But then at the same time, they will be doing the survey of these hills and then be making a report which has to be submitted to the department, especially to the Deputy Chief Minister on or before July 21st. And now, as we had said earlier, that the breast wall will be put, and then as well as the slope cutting will be done basically in layer formation, because these are at a certain angle, so it'll be in 3 layers, as we were informed by Deputy Chief Minister. And as we had said, they all are taking responsibility for it altogether, and they will have to give an answer to the public, which they will be doing after the 21st, and then they will be taking safety measures together with all departments, including the NHIDCL. Esther here with camera person Hinoka for Nagaland News Network.